everyone, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it that you do. I have a question for the objective community that is, do you think that beauty, something as subjective as beauty, something as accredited to being within the eyes of the beholder, is it possible to really find beauty objectively? Can it be objectified in the sense that beauty, can there be an objective truth to beauty is what I mean? Is there such a thing, or is it something that's so personal and within the eyes of the beholder, like I said, that you can't objectify beauty? So, you know, there's that quote that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Beauty is such an interesting subject. It's hard to tie it down, to be honest, to just being something that is objective, even though there is a standard of beauty that most people will gravitate towards. It cannot be the ultimate definition, because there's always going to be people who fall outside of that standard and find beauty in things that other people could never find beauty in. Now, we all know that the standards of beauty are usually refined to characteristics of health and symmetry, and those things can be associated with fertility. Often it's to do with fertility, someone who's young, someone who's healthy, you know, in good health, has good vibrant skin, those kind of things. Yes, beauty can be generalized. Yes, there can be a generalized standard of beauty. But take pedophiles, for instance, who would not even blink twice at the most attractive specimen of womankind that's considered completely gorgeous and stunning. They would only find, they just shrug their shoulders because they only find beauty in children. And by the way, a lot of people who are pedophiles, they keep it secret, obviously, that they're pedophiles, and it's not a choice at all that they're attracted to children. And many of them, if they could just turn that off and be a more normal, regular person, they would. There's an aspect of what people find attractive that is not within their own control. Generally, when it comes to things like orientation of who you are attracted to and find attractive, it's not generally a choice. So, you know, with things like if somebody is gay or lesbian or asexual, those things are not a choice. I mean, who would choose to be gay? Exactly. It's not a choice, as I've said before like a million times. And it makes their life in many ways difficult because they become a minority that not everyone is going to accept. But anyway, moving on from all of that general concept of beauty, it doesn't even have to be refined to a human body, and beauty doesn't have to be refined to reproductive purposes either, because you can have a beautiful painting, you can have a beautiful scenery, a beautiful home with, you know, but people like different styles. A lot of people may find feng shui beautiful, but somebody might find that hideous. And they have a different sense of style that they find beautiful that another person might find hideous. So that's why they say, you know, beauty really is in the eyes of the beholder. Now, the ultimate objective truth to all of this might be that there is different perspectives on beauty. That is the objective truth. You have to bear in mind the existence and truth of that like psychology of man, that there's not everyone is going to find the same thing beautiful. Like even a beautiful, what many people consider beautiful, a slim woman, but there's men out there who are only able to find beautiful an obese woman who is overweight. They actually cannot find the slimmer woman beautiful. So yeah, there's all these varieties, there's all these natural variants of the one human race. You can't even put an objective truth like an object or a person has to be alive to be found beautiful, because there are necrophiliacs, for example, who only find someone beautiful when the person is dead. They only find beauty in a dead corpse, which to many people is of course a very disturbing thing. But obviously these people are not choosing to find that attractive, and they probably wish they were more normal so they could have a more normal life when they have these attractions that make it very difficult for them to perhaps function in many ways in society. But and beauty is not just chained to the physicalities, because there's inner beauty too, right? There's a lot more to a person than just their outward appearance. And if you don't know that already, you're going to find out eventually, because if you're lucky enough to live into your old age, looks are going to fade, and that's going to teach you, I think, whether you like it or not, that there's more to life than looks anyway. Life has a habit of teaching people what they need to know anyway. If they don't already know it, it's like, let live and let learn. It's going to happen anyway, usually. Because the truth has a habit of revealing itself through different circumstances and whatnot. I'm reading this really good book at the moment, just bringing this randomly up here. It's called Stardust. It's a fantastical novel set in a non-reality fairyland. A young man called Tristram goes off into fairyland to bring back a star for who he believes is his beloved, a young girl in the village who is very beautiful on the outside, but maybe not so much on the inside. She's very proud and haughty, and she's just not a beautiful person inside. You'll understand if you read the book. I'm not all the way through, I'm only halfway through, but I just begun this book. So once I'm done, I'll maybe do a better full review on this. And I'd like to read a few things from this, just real quick, because the fairies come and taunt Tristram while he's running off to get this star for this woman he thinks is just the best in the entire world because of her outward beauty only. He's very young though, he's naive and stuff like that, so it's interesting. The fairies sing, "Hankety-pankety, boy in a blanket, he's off on a goose chase to look for a star. Incontrovertibly journeys through fairy, strip off the blanket to see who you are." Like often our life journeys will strip us of our preconceived naiveties. We come face to face with truth or objective reality. Teaches us a lesson in a way. Sometimes it's quite a bad lesson, but we can certainly become a better person as a result. And another one sang, Tristram Thorn, does he not know why he was born? And a foolish oath has sworn, trews and coat and shirt are torn, so he sits here all forlorn, soon to face his true love's scorn. Wistram, Bistran, Tristram Thorn. And he gets really angry and he says, "Be off with you, you silly little things." And his face burns and he throws his hat at them. And he gets very angry because they were insulting his Miss Victoria Forrester, which is the woman back home who wants him to bring back a star. But, he is about to, it says, soon to face his true love scorn, which is going to be fascinating. That's the star. Oh, I should have probably mentioned spoiler alerts before I started talking about this book. I hope you turned it off if you didn't want to know about that. I'm so sorry. But anyway, that's another thing about beauty. The inner world of a person. How beautiful are they inside as well as outside? How are they adding value to their life in that regard? Are they putting value on becoming better on the inside? By the way, if you're reading more than 1.5 books a year, you're reading more books than the average person. So I really encourage that. You know, I think that can really add to a person's life. To read, to learn more, to open up your small perspective and to a wider perspective of books can help with that a lot. A safe way to do that. Okay. Well, maybe I shouldn't say too safe. Some books are pretty, like dynamite, as they say. So anyway, yeah, that's my question. Is beauty objective? Can it be an objective truth? Can there be an objective truth to beauty? Or is the truth that simply there is beauty is found in the sort of perspective of the viewer, as it were? Is it? Like, let me know in the comments below what you think. And now I can finally... Somebody wrote to me, because I wrote them this question a while ago, and they just responded, but I wasn't going to read their response because I felt like that would be cheating, because I wanted to know what they thought. Is beauty just in the eyes of the beholder, or can there be an objective truth to beauty? And you know, it gets pretty insane. Like I'll also mention this, you know, you think that beauty to one person means someone who has all of their limbs, for example. Well, there's actually people out there who only attracted to people who are missing limbs. That's the only people they can find beautiful. From the outside anyway. So that's another interesting bit. I mean, yes, there's a generalized standard to beauty, but it's can't be applied to everyone's take on beauty. Yeah, it's interesting, very interesting subject, so let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. I'm going to a butterfly show, by the way. I might bring you along with me. I don't get out much, so it's gonna be really nice. I'm also going to a rock and mineral show with my brother and my mother, and I can't wait. That's tomorrow, yay. Hi, I just have one more thing to add. It's actually a quote by Sophie Loren, because I actually forgot a whole segment to mention that some people say, from their perspective, beauty is more a feeling than anything. It's a feeling of being beautiful, which is very interesting. I actually equate that with, you know, self-love, basically. You know, when you have high self-esteem and you feel beautiful, you know that feeling when you really feel great, but it's actually like you're really comfortable dans sa peau, like you're really comfortable in your skin, as the French would say. One quote by Sophie Loren is, "Beauty is how you feel inside, and it reflects in your eyes. It is not something physical." And she says that in her, you know, I've heard a lot of women who say when they get much older, they've never felt so good inside. They've never felt more beautiful. And it's true, you can have the most, you can look fantastic and feel like awful inside and not feel beautiful no matter how you look in the mirror. So that's another aspect of how it's very hard to pinpoint objectively beauty, right? It's like an untamed element almost. So I just thought I'd just throw that in there as well. Hi everyone, welcome back. As promised, I am here again. Please excuse strange noises in the background because my cats like to chase each other and tumble play and stuff like that. So that might happen, and they might even knock over the camera. We'll see. So my question today for the objective community, or anybody who likes to philosophize about life, basically, is beauty objective? That's my question, and I haven't, to be honest, I haven't done much deep research into this or seen if anybody else has ever asked this, which in a way is good. It gives, wow, the camera just jumped because the cat, okay, never mind. Sorry. No, I don't want you to see my laundry. Okay. Anyway, this is insane. Sorry. Okay, I need to calm down. I'm just very excited about making this video. I'm so excited about this subject. I will research